Have you ever wondered what it's like for a fan to get tackled by a pro football player? Today, we're diving into the wildest moments when NFL fans decided to storm the field. Whether it was for the thrill, to make a statement, or just too much tailgate enthusiasm, these fans left their mark, and not always in the way they intended. Buckle up as we relive each unforgettable moment and see just how it all ended. The last moment will have you shocked. Let's kick it off with an iconic moment that's become a strange part of NFL history. Back in 1989, Philadelphia fans were frustrated with their team's disappointing season. So, during a cold December game, an Eagles fan dressed in a Santa suit took matters into his own hands. Fed up with the team's performance, he ran onto the field, hoping to bring some holiday spirit, or maybe just to mock the team. But instead of cheering, the famously tough Philly fans booed Santa right off the field. The Santa suit incident is one of the most bizarre moments in NFL history, and it shows that in Philadelphia, not even Santa is safe from criticism when the fans are unhappy. When you think of the Super Bowl, you imagine massive crowds, high-stakes action, and world-class athletes. But during Super Bowl LV in 2021, one fan decided to make himself the main event. Yuri Andrade, clad in a bright pink leotard, ran onto the field in the middle of the game. The crazy part? Andrade later claimed he placed a hefty bet that there'd be a streaker during the game and allegedly tried to cash in on his own bet. It was a high-risk, high-reward move that left him in handcuffs and facing serious fines. He may not have made it to the end zone, but he certainly made Super Bowl LV one to remember. Only in Minnesota would a fan run onto the field shirtless during a blizzard and turn it into a snow day. In 2016, a die-hard Vikings fan ran onto the snowy field and threw himself down to make snow angels right on the turf. Temperatures were well below freezing, but that didn't seem to bother this fan. As security approached, he continued his snow angels until they reached him, laughing all the way. It was a harmless, albeit chilly, protest that captured the spirit of Vikings fans and the icy reality of Minnesota winters. Brett Favre is known for dodging defenders, but in 2005, he had to dodge an unexpected tackle from a drunk fan. During a Packers game, an inebriated fan made his way onto the field and tried to take down the legendary quarterback. Favre sidestepped him with the same skill he used on the field, and security wasted no time. It was a bizarre moment for Favre and a painful reminder to the fan that NFL players and their security are tough to catch. Some fans are so dedicated that even a stadium ban isn't enough to keep them away. In 2014, one Kansas City Chiefs fan who had been banned from Arrowhead Stadium decided to sneak back in with a sign reading, "Banned for life." Security quickly caught up to him, and he faced an even stricter ban afterward. But his one-man protest remains one of the more defiant and humorous moments in recent NFL history. There's no rivalry like the one between the Raiders and the Chargers, and in 2018, one Raiders fan decided to take that rivalry to the next level. Dressed head to toe in Raiders gear, he stormed the field and started taunting Chargers players directly. It wasn't long before security had him pinned down. His attempt to boost his team's morale probably wasn't the spark the Raiders needed, but it certainly fired up the fans in the stands. In 2017, one fan saw an opportunity and literally ran with it. During a sideline scramble, a football rolled close to the stands, and this fan couldn't resist. He hopped onto the field, grabbed the ball, and tried to run back to his seat. Unfortunately for him, security was right there to stop his touchdown run. His short-lived heist ended with a tackle, and the football returned to the game. Bills Mafia is known for their tailgate tradition of smashing tables, but in 2019, one fan took that tradition straight to the field. He somehow managed to set up a table on the 50-yard line and was preparing to jump when security moved in. The crowd erupted, and though he didn't get to complete his table-breaking ritual, he left a lasting mark on Bills history. The Kaepernick protest ignited strong opinions on all sides, and one fan decided to make his stance clear during a 49ers game. He ran onto the field, holding a sign that read, "Kaepernick for President," making a loud and visible statement. Though he was quickly taken down, his stunt became part of the ongoing conversation about athletes, activism, and the power of the NFL platform. The Lambeau Leap is one of the most beloved celebrations in the NFL. But in 2022, a Packers fan took it a bit too far, leaping over the barrier to join the players celebrating in the end zone. The fan was escorted out, but his attempt to join the team's iconic celebration will be remembered as a fan moment that went just a little bit overboard. In 2014, one fan decided to take his dedication to a new level. Dressed head to toe in a referee outfit, he managed to sneak his way onto the field and even positioned himself with the officials. For a brief, hilarious moment, players and fans alike were confused as they tried to figure out if he was a real ref. It was one of the more creative attempts to get on the field, and while his disguise didn't hold up for long, he certainly managed to fool some people in the stands for a few priceless seconds. In Detroit, one fan took his love for the Lions to the next level by going after the actual game ball. During an intense play, the football rolled out of bounds near the crowd, and before anyone could stop him, he had it in his hands. He even tried to stuff it under his jersey as if to hide his souvenir. The fan's plan didn't work, but he left with a story to tell, and the Lions fans loved every second of it. Talk about dedication. During a Cowboys timeout in 2016, a fan dressed in full team gear managed to slip past security and make his way right into the team huddle. For a split second, he looked like one of the team. Players later admitted they couldn't help but respect his commitment to the game. It was a legendary moment of Cowboys fandom, and one they'll never forget. In 2021, a Dolphins fan took a different approach to field storming. He ran onto the field holding a giant sign, hoping to make his message seen nationwide. The only problem? He did it right in the middle of a play, throwing players and refs into chaos as they tried to avoid him. The sign didn't survive the tackle, but the fans' bold, if misguided moment became an instant meme. In 2019, a Jaguars fan decided to bring his game face, literally. Covered in blue and black paint, he sprinted onto the field during a timeout, trying to hype up the team. He roared at players, leaping around in a frenzy before security rushed in. The crowd loved his energy, even if his hype session didn't quite end as planned. In 2020, a Steelers fan went all out, running onto the field with a huge banner that read, "Lombardi or Bust." The Steelers weren't even playing for the championship, but to this fan, every game was high stakes. It was a bold statement, but he certainly won the hearts of Steelers fans who shared his passion for the trophy. In 2022, one Rams fan with surprisingly quick footwork gave security a real challenge. Dodging tackles and even juking like a pro, he managed to evade multiple guards as the crowd cheered on. His impressive footwork made him a fan favorite that day, though his freedom was short-lived. Colts fans are known for their spirit, but in 2021, one fan took it to a new level by storming the field wearing an oversized horse mask. He ran in circles around midfield, galloping, while the crowd went wild. It was one of the stranger sights that season, and while he didn't last long on the field, his gallop went viral. And finally, our most recent moment, just this past season, a Cardinals fan decided to take Bird Gang seriously, dressing as a giant cardinal and charging the field. He flapped his wings and made it almost to the end zone before security swooped in. His attempt to bring some avian energy to the game may have fallen short, but it was a memorable moment for sure. And there you have it, unforgettable moments when NFL fans went way too far and took their passion onto the field. Whether it was a social statement, pure fandom, or just some liquid courage, these fans remind us how much people love the game. But it also shows when it comes to the NFL, running onto the field means you're signing up for a big tackle and an even bigger escort out. With that said, thanks for watching, subscribe, and until next time.